Hello friends, and welcome back to another live trading video. You guys seem to be really enjoying these videos, so I am continuing to film my trades as I take them. And what we're going to do here is we're going to cover this current position that I just got in just a minute or two ago here on GBP USD. I am looking at the 4-hour chart. You guys may know I am a swing trader here, so I am looking to mostly look for moves that could potentially not last, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but rather moves that could last days, if not even weeks, if I catch a really good runner. What we're going to be doing in this video when I say live trading is that this is real money, real accounts, no nonsense, no demo balling, nothing like that. And I'm taking my real trades and I'm filming them so that you guys can see into the lens of sort of someone who has been doing this for a while and with a little bit larger of a trading account than maybe the average person. So with that said, I'm going to explain this entry that I currently have long on GBP USD. I'm going to show you the entries, the plan here, the exit, if you will, if price goes against me, what I'll be doing, and what I plan to do if things go in my favor. Now, I should mention that on GBP USD, I have been taking some GBP trades recently that have not been going so well. So I was bullish on the pound. You can see I actually took a trade. This literally looks fake because of how good of a trade it was. I took a buy back here. You can see my orders, by the way. My broker, Oanda, is integrated with TradingView. So you can actually see that, this is my Oanda account. And so you can see the orders being placed on TradingView. TradingView is really cool for that. But I entered here, closed here. And then since then, I've had, a few attempts to try and catch the next wave, if you will. I'm still bullish on GBP, which I'm going to explain why in just a second. But you can see since then not have had as much good fortune. And even today took a couple trades there in the mix of this. So I'm looking to try and catch a pound move, though truthfully it's not been going super well. But at the end of the day, it is not about, being right all the time. It is about when you're right, making it count, like we did in this trade right here. So my plan is to film this trade start to finish. Whatever happens, I'll be uploading it to YouTube. I upload wins, losses, everything in between onto my channel to show you guys what it really looks like. So without further ado, let's explain the entry and then we will go from there. So I am long on GBP USD. We'll start from a technical analysis perspective. I do like the fact that we do have a nice trend line to the upside here. And after this recent dip, I think that the pound is a bit extended here. I think that the pound dollar is set to continue this upward trend. I have a couple levels of resistance marked out and I have a couple levels of support levels as well. The main one in focus right now, my stab here at a long at this level here, 1.38. So I am looking for 1.38 to hold here on the retest. After all of this bullish strength, I think that this is an area where bulls could get strong or at least attempt to do so. So my plan, I have taken a long position at this level of support, looking for this support level plus this trend line to either continue in the upwards direction or I will take a stop loss. My stop loss is placed underneath support by a good bit. I'm not doing anything too close, like I'm not putting a stop loss here because again, I don't want to just get trailed out for no reason. I would like to give this a bit of room just in case there is any sort of stop hunts or funny business, etc. So with that said, my stop loss is placed about 35 pips underneath this trend line and supportive level. If that hits, I will take a loss and I will take a break. And that's how my trading goes sometimes. So, currently, like I said, entered into the long position. Let's now also talk about the fundamental side because with every trade that I take, I share, inside of our private Discord. If you're not already in our Discord group, I share every trade that I'm taking. Win, loss, like I said, everything in between, I share my trades here. So I just said that I'm taking pound dollar long on the 4-hour chart. I like a long setup and prices pulled back to a pretty, prices pulled back pretty nicely here. So we've actually seen a pretty good haircut on the pound, which actually attracts me as a potential buyer because I do like that idea of getting in on the dip. Though I have taken a few very small losses, which I mentioned earlier. We've taken a couple L's today on the pound to start the week. I'm not too worried and still bullish on the pound until the fundamentals and technicals tell me otherwise. Until they tell me I should be out of the trades or even shorting the pound, I will try and make the best of the situation and look for opportunities and stay objective with my trading. Truthfully, I'd expect the dips to be a little bit more aggressively, but now seeing as price has dipped a bit more meaningful on the 4-hour and daily chart, I believe it is worth another go at a long setup if I can see swing traders and institutional traders give GBP USD a little bit of a boost here. So fundamentals. Strong economic and pandemic data out of the UK, rate hike rumors, hawkish central bank. All those things are, to me, very good, sort of catalysts to look at the pound with a bullish perspective. While USD, meanwhile, has recently had weak numbers, and even today, less than expected CPI numbers out of the US this morning. So I think that the U.S. has gotten a little bit, or the U.S. dollar has gotten a little bit overvalued there, pushed a little bit too high, causing the pound dollar to come down. And I do like the odds of taking it short against the pound. So from the technical analysis standpoint, we already talked about that, trend line and levels of support. So now, like I said, this really is live trading videos. So what I will be doing now is I'll be pausing the live video. So I'll be paused. And once things get going again, whether to the upside or to the downside, we'll come back. I'll give you guys an update and we will go from there. The last thing I'll say is that my plan is to trail stops. I like to trail stops with my trading. So if price were to move higher, right, that would give me the room to move my stop loss to break even. And if price were to continue to move higher, I would use price action and structure to continue to trail my stops further. We will possibly see that in this video, or we may not see that in this video. It depends how the trade goes, because if this thing comes crashing down, I will just take a loss fairly quickly. The last thing I will say is that, whether that happens in this video or not, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict the future. But if you'd like to see other trading videos where things have worked out really well, or I have plenty of loss videos as well, you can check out the playlist on my channel. That is the Watched Me Trade or Live Trading Forex videos on my channel playlist section. Okay, with that said, I'll pause and come back once things get going. All right, guys, and GBP USD is off. Starting out well here. You can see that level that we had marked out, this zone of support, where we had seen the previous breakout and hold from buyers, did end up holding again, or at least so far. Things this morning are really, really strong. The London session started off the move, and then now you can see some follow through happening in the New York session. So I'm currently floating around $60, $70 here on the trade. There's been some volatility this morning, so it keeps changing back and forth, but you can see I'm up just around $65 at the time of filming this. Now, I've also done one more thing. I've actually trailed my stop loss into just barely profit, but just about break even. So at this point, what I've done is I've taken the risk off of the trade, and I had just alerted this to our Discord members as well. So I'll pull that up just so you can see. So basically what I said is that I had moved my stop loss to break even, and that the recent CPI numbers from the UK are especially bullish for the pound in my view. We had some higher than expected inflation numbers out of the UK this morning. And what that does is it is a bullish catalyst, because higher inflation is in many cases a trigger or a sort of a prompter for the central bank of a economy to sort of react and possibly tighten monetary policy. So you can see really strong price action here in response to that. And that just strengthens my case for being a bull on the pound, especially against the dollar, where we saw actually lagging CPI numbers out of the US and strong ones out of the UK. So everything said and done here, I really like this quite a bit for more upside there on the pound against the dollar. So I have my stop loss move to break even. My next position here, my next goal is to watch to see if we can get up to 1.388. If we can get through that zone, I will be looking to trail stops further and to lock in more profit on this trade. So my goal here is not to rush to conclusions, though. I do like that we have held this trade. And at this point, the worst case scenario is price comes crashing back down, and I'll just take a break even. So I'm in a good spot. Now it's not a matter of whether or not I will make any money. It's a matter of just how much money the market will be able to produce for me. So with that said, I'll pause and come back once things have moved again. All right, guys, it looks like the market is playing some tricks on me today. I am out of the trade. You can see price did end up coming back to where I had set break even just to tease me. So basically I entered back here. Price went in my favor. I was able to get my stop loss moved up to break even, but was not able to see the follow through past about that 1R range. So we did see price come back down and nail my stop loss. And now in the New York session, we're seeing a little bit of a pop to the upside. Now, this is something that's frustrating, but I do want to sort of address this for maybe the newer traders who have experienced this in their own trading and also find it frustrating. I've been doing this for so long. I've been trading for so long that this happens to me more often than you would actually think. It is unfortunate, it is annoying, But no matter what you do, this is still going to happen to you sometimes. It's not ideal when it happens to you. It's very frustrating because you're like, man, really? You just tagged me out just before deciding to go back up and push in the direction that we had hoped for. And a lot of times people struggle with this because they're like, what the heck? Maybe I should just move my stop loss lower or not have a stop loss on my trade. And I promise, the second that it feels like you don't use a stop loss, what happens is it comes down and it flies past, and it would be a huge, huge problem because I've made that mistake in the past before too. So my point here with saying this is that accept that this is going to happen on your stop loss. I'm out of the trade, and what that means is, hey, let's look at the bright side. That means that I have fresh powder or fresh dry gunpowder to go take another shot, basically, in the markets, to go look for something else. And not to mention, the true moves that I'm looking for, really, they don't ever really come back. You guys may have seen some of my earlier trades. Of course, I have to keep talking about my trade of the year, basically. I got in back here, sold out here. That's the sort of move that I'm looking for. It's that move that barely ever retraces. It's very, very shallow retracement. So, I was able to get in all the way up here. I was able to move to break even, but price never came back to my break even. It just shot off to the moon. So, of course, yes, in hindsight, Nick, you shoulda, coulda, woulda put your stop loss and kept it down there for a little bit longer. But again, it did not do what I was hoping for it to do. I was able to take a break-even situation and make the best of it, so I am out of the trade. No problems with this, because what I'll do is I'll look for pound dollar to make a move again. Once things are actually showing another signal for bullishness, maybe we get another break, retest, and I could look to go long again. So I'm not really too worried about this, but I just wanted to point that out for the people who do get all worked up about, when this happens to you. It is frustrating, but with time, I think you get a little bit more used to it, and just accept that this is going to happen sometimes, and that the real moves, when they come, they'll look like that, and you can just sit there and be like, wow, I'm glad that I stayed to the plan, right? So with that said, what I'll do is I'll end the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hey, if you like these videos, I like to be transparent on my YouTube channel to the best of my ability. What that means is I share videos like this, which are not making me look like a hero by any means. They're just everyday trading videos. If you like this sort of stuff, do me a big favor and hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really does help me out to grow what we are doing here, which is sharing realistic trading content. And consider hitting some of those links down below in the description. You can follow us on Telegram, follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, all the other different places, and you can join our email list if you would like, which is a free way to get trade ideas from our team. So with that said, thank you very much for joining me here. We'll see you back next time.